Hello and welcome to What It Is. My name is Jordana and I read tarot, pull runes, talk about energy and how to learn to master your energy so that you can manifest the reality that you most desire. My intention is to always give the information as practically and as accessibly as possible. You can read quantum physics, you can read esoteric texts, you can do all of the things and still not understand how to implement in your day-to-day world. So I try to deliver the messages in that way so that you can go right out and start practicing the things that we talk about during these sessions. They're like live activations. And they're live whenever they reach you, because time is a construct and the past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. So whenever this reading is reaching you, and it is the right time, and whatever you are reaching this reading and landing on this page, that says that you're a seeker and that you are looking to expand and to create a reality in the world that leaves a legacy. And leaving legacy, true legacy, is done with the understanding that your actions affect the next 7 generations. But what is even more interesting is that your actions affect the past 7 generations. So all the genetic coding that you've received from your ancestors can be shifted and changed in the quantum field simply by you holding yourself in your center and taking action with intention and clarity and forgiveness. They've actually proven that you can change the fabric of the universe changes in the past simply by painting it in a different light, by transmuting the energy, by alchemizing trauma into freedom. You change the grid. You change your energetic makeup. You change your reality at a quantum level. And that's how true quantum leaps are made. It's shifting your energy, shifting the signature that you're sending out into the world, because the universe acts as a mirror and it's going to reflect back your state of being. So I want to get into the cards, and I read mind, body, and soul lines, past, present, and future. And already I can see that I'm getting cards that I just got yesterday. Like, I love how they repeat so that your lessons can really be absorbed and you can really start to implement, because it's practice. Meditation is a practice. Learning energetics is a practice. And practice requires repetition so that it becomes like a second nature. And so in addition to the mind, body, and soul lines, past, present, and future, I read a card that is you, and then the significator card. And then we'll start looking at the runes. So in the past position of the mind line, we have material gain, 9 of Pentacles, in reverse. I do believe we just got this. Showing that obstruction, showing that block, that cap on finances, that belief system that says that you have to work hard for money, or that you aren't deserving of more than you have, or that you should just be realistic. That sense of holding yourself at a glass ceiling and limiting yourself, keeping yourself in a cage of your own making. Following rules that don't belong to you, following rules that you didn't make up. Financial rules. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to eat all of your food because there's people starving in the world, as though you clearing your plate is going to alleviate the suffering. That's not how that works. Eat until you're full and enjoy every morsel with gratitude. That changes the field. Because when you give yourself more and you are pouring from a full cup, that love and that abundance changes the reality at a quantum level. And you're able to give more to those who don't have. But when you start pouring from depletion and pouring from an empty cup, you're pouring more scarcity into the world. All of your worries change the grid. All of your doubts change the grid. Every move you make from fear, scarcity, and lack changes the grid and changes your vibration. So to raise your vibration, we need to have the courage to step into new ways of being, to step into new realities. Death in the central position of the mind line. Letting those old stories die. But not only letting them die, forgiving them, changing them, alchemizing them. You can quite literally go back in time in your imagination and change those old stories so that they work in your favor, and it changes your mind's attachment to the wound. Your mind no longer believes in the wound at the same level. It's not attached, so it doesn't get that nervous system response to lack. Start leading with curiosity, forgive and change. How can I make that story better? How can I make that story work in my favor? How can I change the energetic signature of that story? Because that is what gives you that true abundance. Because without the centered quality, the forgiveness, the presence, the staying in the present moment, the staying neutral, not attaching to the past, not attaching to the future, just staying aligned. You can get trapped in the illusion. You can get trapped on a certain level and it's not truly aligned mind, body, and soul. If you just want success for the sake of having money, it won't fulfill you. Your joy is going to fulfill you. Focusing on that center cup within yourself, that light within, so that you're always pouring from alignment with your greater vision. And in the body line, we have Queen of Wands, Kali, in the reverse position in the past. Showing that capping your energetic signature, capping your creative nature, suppressing it because you've been told you were too much and that you shouldn't shine and that you shouldn't stand out, that you shouldn't stand up for yourself, that you shouldn't want more, that you should be content. We're trained into complacency. We're manipulated into it. All of the media manipulates us into being scarce, scared, and complacent. And complicit. Thinking we don't have any power. When all we have to do to step into that power, alchemizing that fear into courage, allowing abundance to flow, is to step into our power and claim it. Kali doesn't ask for permission. She stands in the fire and expects it to work out in her favor because she's the queen of energy. She's the queen of wands. Destroy and rebirth, all in the same polarity. Embodiment of polarity, the understanding that the bad and the good have to exist at the same time so that energy can move. Energy that's too far along on one pole doesn't move the same. It starts to distort. The yin and the yang is balanced perfectly. We need that harmony in order for the universe to function. And when we learn how to work with the laws of the universe and how they function, then we get to play in the realm of infinite possibilities. The Fool in the central position of the body line. That beginner's mind, that childlike curiosity and wonder. That joy. Giving yourself the freedom to experience life anew. Rebirth. Setting yourself off on a journey of play and curiosity. How good can life get? How freaking amazing is it that I get to be alive? That I get to learn these lessons? And when I fall, I get to forgive myself and pick myself back up. Telling myself I've got this. Telling myself the good stories. The Fool makes everybody laugh. The Fool laughs at themselves. The Fool laughs at everything, makes fun of everything. The comedian tells the truth, but does it in a joke. We have to do that same thing for ourselves. Tell ourselves the actual truth of who we're being, but without judgment, from a place of play. Baby, you are being such a jealous cow right now. You are being so small right now. You're playing so small right now. What's wrong with you? Teasing ourselves. Tease the universe. We forget our sense of play and we get so serious and so attached that we clamp down and try to control the outcome. Try to control the variables. It's not possible. Life can change in an instant and shift, and we can always give ourselves the new beginning. Ace of Pentacles in the future position of the body line, holding the body in that sense of expectancy. Flight. There's a crow depicted on this card. There's a rainbow, renewal, rebirth. Seeing signs that align you to your path. Crows are messengers. Crows bring us information from the divine. Everything brings us information from the divine if we're listening. We all have the ability to hear source, to align, to open ourselves up to the luxury of being alive. And by giving ourselves those beautiful experiences, we change reality. We change the grid. We change our energetic signature and we show other people what is possible. So you rising up brings other people up. It's your God-given light, your source-given light that you sharing in the world changes everything. Not just for you, but for everyone else. Every moment that you choose to enjoy your life and to tread lightly, to live life with a light touch, to walk gently through the world, changes the energetic frequency that we all exist on. Staying clear of the things that pull us down into those denser, more scarce, fearsome energies. The soul line, victory in the past position. That discipline, that energetic discipline to stay aligned to the vision. No matter what happens. Failure is feedback. Failure teaches you. Failure grows you. Failure helps you rebuild your foundation. But here is the most important thing to remember. As you build a new foundation, build it with joy. Build it with excitement. Build it with trust that life gets to be great for you. That's how you open yourself up. That's how you stay open. When you are playful and joyful, you're more creative, you're more resourceful. Stay in that energy. Prince of Wands. In the reverse position of the future line of the spirit. that is the sacred work to alchemize that energy, to flip it, to be magnetic, to allow yourself to shine, to allow yourself to be so abundant that you draw your perfect people to you. You draw circumstances that aid your future to you. You draw resources. You source yourself with the universe, grounding into the earth and allowing yourself to be recharged from all of your experiences. That energetic quality of courage, joy, fun. The Prince of Wands has a joyful life. So magnetic because he just stays in that energy of benevolence, benevolent presence. Yes, I am the shit. And I don't mind sharing it. I don't need to gatekeep. Because there's so much. There's more than enough for everybody. It's a lie that there's not enough for everyone. It's a convenient lie because it keeps people scrambling and seeking and chasing and wanting and yearning. But the truth is, by engaging your will, you have the power to turn the wheel at any moment. You create your reality. The wheel of fortune in the you line. A position of you. Having the courage to embody that holistic sense of oneself and understand and take responsibility for the life you're living. It gets to be as good as you let it be. So turn the wheel in your favor. Expect great things. Walk into the room like you own it. Not from a place of ego and arrogance, but from a place of embodiment. I care so much about myself that this is the experience I'm giving myself. That joy. That's how we come to that position of truth. 4 of Swords. I'm sorry. 9 of Swords. That's how we free ourselves. That significator card is a caution. To not be cruel to yourself. To not punish yourself for your mistakes. To not look at the past as failure. To go back and recreate those stories, to alchemize them. To set yourself free from suffering. Suffering is a choice. Pain is real. Life has pain. Life has joy. You wouldn't know the extent of what's possible for joy if you didn't have the capacity to hold pain. The more pain you can hold and withstand, the more joy you have capacity for. You just have to teach yourself to hold more, to expand your nervous system's capacity to receive abundance. Keep putting yourselves in situations that stretch you. Try new things. Try new experiences. Be curious and playful. Be grateful. Gratitude, living your life with presence and gratitude is the highest good that you can do for the world. Because not only do you change your reality for yourself, but that is an example. That changes the reality for everyone. When you go into a room and people are sad and you just have this light, you can shift the energy in the room. You can change people's emotions by holding them to a higher frequency and allowing them to attune to you. We're all so empathetic if we let ourselves be, and we all have these spiritual gifts. We all have these powers to telepathically communicate, to sense and change vibrations across the world, to change reality, depending on where we focus, depending on where we put our awareness. So the runes are you, the past, the future, the basis of the reading, the challenge, and the best outcome. So right away in the position of you is the blank rune. The return to the tree, Odin. The tree that connects heaven and earth, the wisdom within. We are that tree. We are conduits. We are connected to the heavens through our crown chakra. We are connected to the earth through our root chakra. We have an energetic column that runs through us and connects all of our energy centers. And when we balance and harmonize those energetic centers, we become able to communicate with super consciousness clearly. We become a channel. And when you allow the universe to flow through you and you get out of the way of your own magic and your own gifts, that's when you're living your true purpose. That's when you are able to be in the unknown and to move with a sense of purpose and vision, not worrying about the how, just knowing you're going to get there. And we have Manas in the reverse, in the past position, in the upright. The self, the starting point is the self. Its essence is water. Only clarity, a willingness to change is effective now. A correct relationship to yourself is primary. For from it flow all possible correct relationships with others and the divine. Remain modest, that is the oracle's counsel. Regardless of how great may be your merit, be yielding, devoted, and moderate, for then you have that true direction for your way of life. Be in the world, but not of it. That is implicit here. And yet do not be closed, narrow, or judging. Remain receptive to impulses flowing from the divine within and without. Strive to live the ordinary life in a non-ordinary way. Remember at all times what is coming to be and passing away, and focus on that which abides. This book is by Richard Blum, and I love reading from it because the way that he explains the runes is so profound and so timely. These runes are like never wrong. And they tell the story of the cards in a different way. They just reinforce the story. So reading them together is so powerful. And in the future position, we have Fehu. Ansus, sorry, they look so much alike. Signals, following the signals, allowing the new beginnings, Ace of Pentacles. That energetic quality of curiosity and magnetism, symbolized by the god Loki. Transformation and self-change comes from reminding yourself that the universe is always talking to you. It's always giving you feedback and information and guiding you. Little signs and synchronicities happen to keep you aligned to your path, to keep you working towards your vision. A new life is unfolding, and you have to have the courage and the resilience, and you have to have the trust. But little signs help you. They remind you of that connection. And so they show up to show you that you must first be able to draw from the well to nourish yourself, giving yourself that experience of connection before offering it to others. Communicating freely with the universe so that you are speaking from truth and consciousness, not from ego. Rado in the communication position. In the basis of the reading, communication. The most important relationship you have is with yourself. And during this journey of life, the way that you communicate with yourself is going to determine how your experience goes. This rune is concerned with communication, with attunement of something that has two sides, two elements, and with the ultimate reunion that comes at the end of the journey, when what is above and what is below are united and of one mind. The journey is the soul's journey, Moreover, the approach of that which is above and that which is below is realized from innermost sentiment rather than through the force of circumstances. A simple prayer for the soul's journey is, I will to thy will. God's gift for you is to live to your greatest potential. Because you are a mirror of God. You are the same spark. And the recognition of that sets you free to live your life as a magician, to really empower yourself to create the life that you love, because you have such trust in yourself that you know that you will go about it in a beautiful way. That you have developed the courage and the power and the inner strength to avert disaster. Awas. In the challenge position, defense, avertive powers. As we are tested, we fund the power to avert blockages and defeat. At the same time, we develop ourselves an aversion to the conduct that creates stressful situations in our lives. Learning to protect your energy. Because not everybody's energy is going to serve your highest good. And so you must be able to have boundaries and values that you adhere to, what you will and will not tolerate, so that you can remain at peace. Protecting your energy is one of the most sacred acts you can do, because your energy is your greatest currency. Your life force is your greatest currency. Because without that, you are at the mercy of everyone else, of all the outside circumstances. So understand that even the obstacles and the challenges are growing you, so that you can move towards them with confidence. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens through you. So when you move forward towards the challenges with courage, knowing that you can overcome everything, that you can look for solutions and options, that you can look for resources, that you can source yourself, and that you can be patient and wait to be filled up. That you're not grasping at the timing of things. You're trusting, allowing yourself to have that meditative quality about life, thinking before you act. That is the mark of a profound person. Averting anticipated difficulties through right action. Even more than we are doers, we are deciders. And once our decision is clear, the doing becomes effortless, for then the universe supports and empowers our actions. Movement in the future position. Awas. The other one must be I was. And then this is Awas, movement, a horse. I love that. I'm a horse in the Chinese zodiac. Progress. It's a rune of transit, transition, and movement, of physical shifts, new dwelling places, new attitudes, a new way of life. It also signifies movement in the sense of improving and bettering any situation. There is about this rune a sense of gradual development and steady progress, with the accompanying notion of slow growth through numerous shifts and changes, that resilience, that persistence, that certainty. This could apply to the growth of a business or to the development of an idea. A relationship also needs to undergo changes and transformation if it is to maintain growth and life. Personal and moral effort and perseverance, steadfastness are called for when you draw Awas. Let it be said this way: as I cultivate my own nature, all else follows. And so, my dears, that is a beautiful stopping place. I am so grateful that you stuck with me through this reading and through the past 16 readings. This is getting amazing, and I'm having so much fun creating these. And creating more and offering more has just changed the way that I see myself, the way that I move. And I'm so grateful for everyone that's part of that journey and that I get to be part of your journey. And if you'd like to go on have a little embellishment or a little tool along your own personal journey, I've created an 11-day experience that helps teach you to recalibrate your energy to the path, to the journey of self, and to this wondrous experience that we have of being human. We are all spirit, but we are having a human experience. And so the more tools and the more things that we have to add joy and fabric and essence and zhuzh to life, that juice, the better. So if you'd like to check that experience out, it's called The Art of Conscious Creation. The link for it is in the description box below. And I look forward to seeing you along the path. And thank you for being here along mine. Much love.